Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome back to Twin Cities by Night and our third story arc, Dread. Dread is set in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, Minneapolis, and St. Paul in the hot and humid summer of 2011. Join us again and continue to follow the journey of Kaetao, played by Quinn, and William, played by Slavic, as they continue to traverse the dark society held within the Twin Cities. They will be joined by three new kindred: Warren, a Tremere, played by Adam; Valentine, a Nosferatu, played by Alex; and Lenny, a Nosferatu, played by Andrew. The coterie will find themselves joined together by a sense of dread. If you would like to contact us, you can follow us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy. Lenny and Kaetao, you guys are standing in this warehouse and you're looking down at these two figures that are leaning against the pillar, and you realize you had that revelation where Little was kind of healing himself. And just to describe a little bit to Little some more, is he has a really close cropped afro that has like a reddish tinge to it. I suppose I should ask you both, but it's a very odd scene. The fact that you have a naked male who's like sitting there and a woman who's barely dressed sitting there next to him, who's awake, and she's kind of like cradling him a little bit. And as you're staring down, you see kind of like his eyes start fluttering a little bit, like he's starting to wake up. Go ahead, scenes on you guys.
Hello there, Little. Been hearing about you for some time now, but I'm glad we finally get to meet face to face.
Like he's trying to sit up on his own, and you see like his eyes are slowly opening. He looks at you. He's like, "Who the fuck? What the fuck?" And you see like Samantha's next to him. She's like, "Shh, it's all right, baby. It's all right." And she just kind of looks up at you. What the fuck you want? Oh, man, where the fuck am I?
Hey, he asked the questions, not you. Unless you want to be knocked out again. I am not obfuscated.
Oh, you say that. And he goes from looking to Kaetao to looking at you. You know, you have your hoodie pulled up, but there's a moment where like he looks in your face, and you see a moment of like, I don't want to say like acceptance, in the fact that like he's shocked by what he sees, but he's not like, scream, you know what I mean? Like his mind may have already been slightly tapped into the supernatural, and that there are things that people may not recognize or understand that surrounds him. So when he looks at you, he's definitely scared, and you definitely intimidate the shit out of him, but it's not like the fight or flight reaction that someone normally would have in such a situation. But you definitely shut him up. And you see a moment where like he swallows, and you see his jaw clenches, and he's just sitting there, and he's just looking at you, and then he doesn't say shit. He just waits to hear whatever you guys have to say, and he goes and looks back at Kaetao.
So, yeah, you've been looking for some people, Little. Man and a woman? Pregnant woman?
And
So, you see, the thing is, I want them too. And last time I heard about them, you guys, your men, were chasing them.
sounds like you already know what's going on then, man. What the fuck you need from me?
Well, like I said, last time I heard of them, your men were after them, and that's the last time I heard of them. So, what happened to them? Did they evaporate in a puff of smoke? Did your men catch them? Did they go off a cliff and die in a ravine? What happened?
Yeah, motherfucker, I don't know. If I did, why the fuck you think I would tell? Why you think I would tell you?
Because I'll rip your fucking arm off.
No, nobody don't need to do that far. Start smaller.
why he'll tell you.
Start with the hands.
Man, I don't know where the fuck they at, man. Like he's talking, he's kind of mumbling a little. You know, like his lips are kind of puffed out.
He's still in the sitting position, right?
Yeah,
His legs kind of sticking out.
yeah, definitely. Their legs. Her knees are to her chest. Like she's, you know, like that's a good question. She's kind
He's
of
a
like,
bit stretched out though, and
yeah, he's stretched out. She's
like
like,
cross-legged, or
I would say
Knees
he's
to her
crossed.
chest.
Yeah, she's knees to her chest, like have her arms wrapped around, like one arm wrapped around her knees and her left arm wrapped around his shoulders, and he was kind of like he's laying out with his legs out, you know what I mean? And he's like sitting up against it. Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna break his ankle.
Oh man.
I'm gonna just like stomp on his ankle.
Okay, so
hard, really hard.
So you do that. You see Kaetao, like Lenny, just come up, and he just like takes his foot and he just wham snaps. He hears this cracking sound, and you just hear him go, "Ah, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Ah!"
I'll let him do his screaming and get that all out.
He's like, "Shit, shit, motherfucker!" I need you. Let's see. What's your humanity at right now, Lenny? Yeah, yours. 5. Let me see here real quick here. Well, it's intentional property damage. So give me a conscience roll, difficulty 8, if you would, good sir.
Okay. I got 1 success.
Now, you don't need to show it. I'm not saying like anyone sees this, right? But when you see him screaming and you see she starts like, you see when you stomped on his ankle and him screaming in this wrenching pain, right? You see with her, like she genuinely is like concerned. You see that's when her stone demeanor cracks, is when she sees that. And when you're staring at that, Lenny, you feel like a sense of like, fuck. You know what I mean? Not like you regret it. I'm not saying you regret it. I'm not saying anything, but you definitely feel the sense of guilt roll around you, because I guess I'll let you, I guess, articulate why that would be. But I would say like seeing that like this is causing so much turmoil in her when you do that. Like what's going on in your head right now with this role and everything like that?
It's hard to articulate something like that because I just don't envision him caring.
Yeah.
And so it's like, shit, this is not how I picture the character. So I'm trying to rectify that in my own mind right now, because I saw humanity 8 as being injury to another is when that's a sin, and I'm at 5. So it was, to me, it's like, that doesn't make sense. But okay, let me think about that.
Okay.
I don't want to say, hard wall and say no, that's not how. But I want to think about it and figure out how that comes through. So if you could focus on him for a second.
Yeah, definitely. So Kaetao, you see like Lenny just like stomp on that ankle and he's screaming, and there's a moment where you're just like 30 seconds of him screaming, and then you see him like, and you see her like, you see a panic look in her face, and she looks up at you, Kaetao. It's like, okay, hold on a second. There's no need for this. There's no need for this.
Then talk, and there's no need.
Listen. You got to understand. You have to understand. Things like this need to be discussed and talked about. We can make it we could reach some kind of agreement here, okay?
We are reaching an agreement.
You're hurting him.
You.
You're destroying him. You're what is that going to do? We are of use. What we have is of use, just not immediate use. We can work on something. Go ahead.
He'll say, yes, that is exactly why you're still alive. You're useful. Keep being useful. Give us the information we want. And to kind of go back to, how he's feeling, it's like maybe when he did that, he got a pang of like shit, what am I turning into? And the idea that like, someone who hurt him, he's now taking that pain that he felt and inflicting on others, and he for just that moment there's like that like guilt. It's less about this guy personally, and just like it's a reflection of how Lenny feels about himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that in the situation, right? I mean, you have been under a pressure cooker of fucking stress, dude. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, look. Yeah. I mean, the Dunsern thing, talking to Coach Olsen thing, like the fucking what you just came from, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, dude. Could you imagine having that kind of level of stress just in our life right now, And then you're having that in a society where you got to hide your existence and you have to be careful where you tread, and all this weight is just on your shoulders and you're expected to deal with it, right?
Yeah. So in this moment, he's just feeling all of that. And so the frustration and everything. So it takes him, he's taken aback by his own action, and just kind of like, that's what he says. That's how he outwardly projects, like, keep being useful and no more of that.
I dig that, man. I dig that. That's really creative. She's looking at both of you like, listen, we don't know where they're at. Okay. We don't know where they're at.
What was that? What was the last thing you know of them? Last thing you heard about him?
What you said when some of our people were going after him, when some of his people were going after them. That's what we know.
And what did they say? Did they say they lost them? Did they say they
lost them? They got away. They lost them. They couldn't find them.
Okay.
And as you say, okay,
why do you want them?
And you see like a little look at her, and he's like, "You shut your fucking mouth, bitch."
Hey,
like,
I already heard a lot, so talk. I was there listening to you for at least like several minutes. Your pillow talk is atrocious.
As you say that, you hear the sounds of an automobile come to the front. And actually, one of the garage doors are kind of like a foot open, so you see headlights washing, and you're expecting William and Warren, and we'll cut to William and Warren real quick. William and Warren, you guys make the drive to where you're at. I described the scene already. You come to the parking lot. You see Kaetao's Toyota Corolla parked, and you kind of see like one of the garage doors like a foot open. You see some light coming from underneath there. Go ahead, scenes on you guys, William and Warren.
Well, we're going to see what the hell happened there.
Warren will pop up Auspex, activate heightened hearing and scent.
So you smell blood, you smell sweat, and you hear like a sharp like breathing sound. And we're just saying like you're coming up right after Lenny said that, as you guys are coming out of the car now. Are you guys going through the door, or are you guys just gonna stand there? What are you guys doing?
Warren will go up to the door.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So you guys open the door. William, you're flooded with memories of being here last time. Matter of fact, you killed your ghoul like only a couple blocks away from here. And he was dropped in the river. And this seems like an area, I think, that like a lot of dirty shit happens when it comes to William. He's kind of made it like a second home. As you guys go through this brown door, you walk in there and you see like these two bodies propped against. I described what they look like. You see though that like Little's ankle, his right ankle is like just swollen, just like like bent out of shape. You see him covered with like this thin veneer of sweat while he is naked there. Again, describing the tattoo of Pan that's on his like chest, the face of Pan that goes up to his neck. He has like tattoos that go down his arms and his leg. He's like almost completely tatted up except for his face. It's like almost like to the jawline where a beard would stop. That's what he's tatted up to. And then you see like Lenny and Kaetao standing there like 5 feet away from them talking. You guys see William and Warren come through the door. William, Warren, and Lenny, this is like the second time you met under better circumstances. You four are sitting there. Go ahead, scenes on you guys.
Good evening, gentlemen.
William?
Warren is
William?
just going to stare at Little, and then he's going to use telepathy on him.
So what do you need to roll for telepathy? Like
Intelligence and subterfuge.
What's the difficulty you need?
Victim's willpower.
7.
3. I'm just trying to read surface thoughts.
You can get 3 surface thoughts, right? From my understanding, it says to read minds, one success must be rolled for each item of information plucked on each layer of thought pierced.
Or each layer.
So you got 3. So you're trying to get one.
I'm
from
just
each
trying
layer.
to eavesdrop as to what he thinks.
So you walk in there, Warren, and you kind of ignore everyone else around you, and you see this man who's laying there agonizing in pain, and he's looking at you two walking in, and there's a moment where your eyes connect and you feel yourself being pushed out of you. And there's a quick moment of fear because the last time that you did this, it led to some interesting results. And there's like at the very moment where you escape yourself in a way, you almost want to turn back and not do it because you're afraid of that expanse, that unseen, unknown expanse that now you hear slightly in the waves that you hear once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But before you have time, before your consciousness can even react to your fear, you are overwhelmed with visions. The first one shows a vision of him walking into what almost looks like a Greek bathhouse. And the fact that as you walk in there, you see in the middle of this room, and that's like about 35 feet by 35 feet. In the middle, you see this almost like Roman bath, that kind of looks like a square pool in a way that has these marble steps that go down into it. And you see the bath goes about maybe 4 or 5 feet in or deep. In the middle of this bath, you see what almost looks like a Greek pillar that's just randomly in the middle of this bath, like for someone to stand upon. If you look to the right and left of this room, you see murals on these walls, hand-painted murals of like a forest and woodland creatures, and you see like different takes on this goat like creature, half man, half goat, but you can't really make it out because you'll see a glimpse between some trees of like a hand and a side of its face, or on another you'll see a flute coming out of it. But you see like on these murals right in front of the forest on the lower part of the paintings, like naked people frolicking. And you see also in this bathhouse, you see that there's like vegetation and plants like in the corners and vines that go along the wall. It's really damp in here. And you see, as you're looking at this, you saw the pillar and nothing was on there, and you look to the right and left, and you go back to the pillar and you see a figure standing there. This figure's in a green silk robe that's opened. It's a male. He's about 6 foot, 6'1", but he almost looks to be like made of marble, like the pillar that he's standing on, like almost like he was maybe carved from the same material. And you see that he is naked in the robe opening. You see he's very chiseled and cut and lean, and you see his face. He has this red beard and long red hair that comes up back behind his shoulders and these piercing gray eyes. And you see he stands there and he just is looking at you, at you. You don't know, but you just see him extend a hand out and you feel yourself walking through this water to be like, that's about 4 feet 5, goes to your chest to where like your shoulders and your head's not submerged, and you're looking up at him and he's looking down at you, and you just hear this voice almost as if it doesn't come from his lips. It's hard for you to concentrate, but it says, you need to find them. You need to cause us to grasp the typhoon. They are the key. Find them. Gifts are yours. Lovely. Yes, I choose to be with you. I choose to be among you. Find them. And you see like there's this, you see him looking up, like it's almost like looking at an angelic figure that is like looking down. And then you see a memory is cut and you see like he is like, you look down and you're like confused for a second, and you see like him just like, or you see the face of Kimberly looking up at you. There's a second where you're kind of like confused of what's going on, and you realize you're in the middle of the act of having sex, but this isn't like making love. This isn't anything. It's like frustration. Like you feel like an animal as you're taking it out on her. And there's a moment where you see her wince in pain a couple times, like you're being too rough for her, but then you realize that like she is letting you work out your aggression. And you there's a moment where you feel like a climax is about to happen, and then you look up and you see like this figure. He has his hands like his wrist above both of you, and you see blood is just lapping on your face. His blood as you're trying to drink it, and on her face, his blood is like dropping, almost like a baptism of sorts. Like you're being rewarded or you're being angered. You don't know. You just feel this animalistic urge as you're like licking the blood as you climaxed, and she just has this blood like dropping on her. And finally, you're cut to this other image where you are standing outside and you're clothed, and you're standing outside with her, this lady, and you're standing outside with this man who has short cropped red hair and a red goatee and glasses. He's dressed like in khaki pants and a white polo. And you three are talking out there, and you're catching glimpses of conversations where it's like you're angry because like your people are being killed and you are the one who's taking like the losses. I'm trying to find these people. You have this figure saying, the redhead figure with the goatee and glasses saying, you have to do your part. We have been here long enough. We are building our power. We're building our base. They are trying to steal from us. You have to do it. This is going to get uglier before it gets any better, little. And you just hear your voice, his voice, kind of cracking through and like, fuck getting better. My people are getting fucking slaughtered. They just killed 2 of us. They just killed 2 of us right here. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Are we killing people now? Is that how we're taking to the streets? Like, are we doing what I do? And you just hear him go, shut up, little. Shut up. I have been here longer. I have served him longer. Pan blesses me, has blessed me longer. You will listen to me. You will find them, and you will bring them to us, or you will kill them. You will do what he says. Do not make me punish you, little. Do not make me do it again. You didn't like what happened last time, did you? You're lucky. You were just a possession of mine. And I chose you to let you grow, to let you get older. I chose you to be introduced to him. It was me. And you little fucking hood rat, you better not think of ever trying to step into my position with him. Find them, do what needs to be done. Don't whine. And there's a moment where you hear, don't whine, and it like snaps through, and you like kind of open your eyes, and you look back at him, and he's still staring right at you, and only like 2 seconds has gone by. Okay, scene's on you guys.
I'll look him right in the eye. So who are you trying to find? And why do you need them?
You see Samantha looks at you and looks at William, and there's a moment, William, where you're looking at this chick, Samantha, and you realize when she looks up at you that this is the lady that you were working with Jonathan to deal drugs in Medusa. Way back in Homecoming, your ghoul Dave introduced you because you were looking for a contact and someone who could deal drugs out of a nightclub, and you and Jonathan had a talk with this gal, and Jonathan paid her like $5,000, and you guys were in the, this was just a week ago, we're in the middle of working out some deal where she would have her people distribute drugs in the Medusa. And there's a moment where she recognized you, and she's like, okay, everyone, let's calm down. Let's get our cards out on the table, okay? First thing I'm going to say is, I know you. And she points
First
out,
thing you're going to say is you're going to answer the question.
I will.
There's more of his body to break.
We are trying to find a pregnant lady and her boyfriend.
I will aura perceive her on that
Okay.
to see
Go
if
ahead.
she's telling the truth.
Yeah, go ahead. 2 successes. So you see she's mortal, and you see, you see orange. Her main color is orange, which is afraid.
Okay.
We are looking for these two. I just want to get our cards out on the table, okay?
Right. Cards on the table. You do know me, which is, of course, a liability.
Hmm.
You should probably know that.
Well, I
Now
understand.
answer the question of why you're looking for them.
Because we are following orders. The same
Whose
See,
orders?
that wasn't so hard. And he kind of like sits, like puts his arms up and just kind of like God, like this very obvious, like annoying kind of expression.
Mm-hmm. And whose orders were those?
same man who knows about you and knows about you and points to Kaetao. The same man who has the knowledge that will guarantee our protection. Because trust me, if something happens to us, we're just not going to go away. There'll be people behind us. Now, that's not a threat. I'm just simply trying to say is that this isn't as simple as threatening us with our lives, because you can kill us, and you may very well still kill us. But someone will be behind, and someone will be very angry, and someone who knows a lot of things will want to make someone pay for it. I'm just going to be honest
Chris,
with you.
what's her willpower?
Her willpower is 7-2. What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to read her surface thoughts. 1 success.
You close your eyes and you feel the same feeling that you did, where you feel yourself pushing her, but this time it's with more confidence. And when you go into there, you get a sense of strength, and you get a sense of you're hit with the realization that she is the chosen one. Like, you see where she is sitting with this figure that was standing on the pillar by herself. She's sitting almost as equals. She's sitting at a table, like a dinner table of sorts, which is odd to see a figure like that you saw, like of him, his demeanor, sitting at something so common, but you can't really make him out. You just get the sense of him and it's like his face, and you get like this blurred sense of conversation between the two. And you realize all of a sudden that she is this figure's trusted person, not the other two, not the one saying he was, not the one who's sitting next to her, but this one. And that you realize that she has a confidence in herself that very few people in society have, that are pretty sure of themselves. It's almost like some people call it arrogance, but when people are able to do what they say like that, this is a special spark that people have in them, and you get that sense from her. No, she's afraid. She's not like sitting here thinking she's unstoppable, but you definitely realize that she knows a lot, and she's capable.
Okay. How messed up does Little look right now?
He's in a world that suck, dude. I mean, his face is healed up, but his ankle's fucked up. And but he's a tough son of a bitch. Yeah, where most people would be in shock. He's definitely not feeling good. He has this thin veneer of sweat over his body, and he looks a little pale, but he's like trying to hang in there, But you see, though, when she starts talking, he like hands over control. Like, he isn't like doing his bravado that he did to Lenny earlier. Like, he knows when she talks, he keeps his mouth shut. Like, and it's not like a rule. It's not like an authority thing. It's like a respect thing, Like, he is letting her handle this.
So do we all pick up on that?
I would say everyone give me a perception and empathy roll, difficulty 8. Now, Warren knows it because his shit, but like you other three, perception and empathy, difficulty 8.
Warren is going to, while they make their rolls, Warren's going to step over to Little, pull his head back, and bite him.
Okay, let's everyone make their roll first, and then we'll handle it.
Now I get 4 successes.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
I was
I have 2 successes.
I was like over there by him. So like, if you're walking up to him, do you have like an aggressive intent? Like, what are you doing?
He's just calmly walking over to him, grabbing his head, pulling it back, and then sinking his fangs into his neck.
Do you let him do that, Lenny, or do you say anything?
I think at first he'll be a little bit befuddled, like what is he doing? Like like he's coming over, maybe he's like gonna try and intimidate or do something aggressive. Maybe he's trying to hurt him too or whatever. Then he just starts feeding. I'm like, and then confusion, and then I just step back. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his thought process is. I'm not getting involved. I'm just here to be the scary brute.
When he sees Warren walking up, Kaetao tries to stop him because he has. Wait, I have an idea.
But okay, so we'll go back. Warren, while you're walking there, you hear Kaetao go, "Hold on a second," as you start bending down there.
Warren will ignore Kaetao and go for the bite regardless.
No, I think Kaetao's going to try and stop him.
As this is happening, I sort of want to go up to the chick and just tell her, well, it's not looking good for your friend there.
Before we go into all that, you, William, Lenny, Kaetao all get the realization that like she's the one who knows. You know what I mean? Like she's the one out of the two who's really. She may play submissive, she may play subservient, but you realize she's the brains of the operation with out of these two at least.
She's
right?
also the one answering the questions, which is why I'm breaking him.
So Warren, you start making your way towards Little, and you hear Kaetao go, "Stop." And you don't, and you feel a hand on your shoulder as he goes and puts a hand on your shoulder. Now, are we going to say it's going to be a firm grip, or I mean, obviously you can, you know what I mean, get him to like turn him a little bit. But,
I'll say it's like a firm, solid grip on his hand.
And yeah, he grabs your hand and kind of turns you a little bit, Warren, as you look at Kaetao as he's looking at you, and he says, "Stop." And go ahead, the scene's on you guys.
Why?
We don't need him for right now. We just need him to do something. I need him to do something for me.
Okay, I'll leave him alive.
No. Leave him. Don't do anything right now. I have an idea. I need him as he is right now. Afterwards, leave him. Let's keep him alive. Okay? Can you wait?
I suppose.
Thank you. And so Kaetao will activate Protein 2 and grow the claws.
Okay, we'll cut to William real quick. William, you go to her and you say, "It's not looking good." And she's looking at these two, like debating whether or not what should be done with them. She's like, "Hold on a second. Hold on. We're not done talking, guys."
I sort of grab her, face and pull her to my eyes and just say, well then, tell us everything about this. And I activate Mesmerize. Yay.
All right. What do you need to know the difficulty of?
The difficulty 7. Or willpower.
Maybe you should use a willpower.
Yeah, I will. So yeah, I just have that one willpower success.
Okay. What was your exact question again?
Tell us everything about this.
Listen, I will step back. Everyone step back, please. Nothing's going to come of this. Leave him alone. I will help you. This all comes down to the fact that there's something with those two people that are making people like you, all of you, and she like kind of motions her hand open, make them stand out to them. Not only to the man I represent, but also to another visitor to this city of yours. Her name's Rita Giovanni.
Who do you represent?
And you see there's a moment where like she wants to answer you, but with Mesmerized, comes a point where they feel like it's going to put their life in danger or whatever. Like they're going to hesitate. So she see her like for a second and she's like looking at you, but then she looks at Little.
Tell us this, you're going to die.
And then also Kaitao's growing claws, so whatever he's doing.
Yeah. And she's just realizing the tenses. Okay, I work for a man. I represent a man named Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Yes.
Is that a first or a last name?
It's a first name.
Does he have a last name?
You can say it's Cole. Bogdan Cole.
All right. And so Kaitao will sort of like move his claws closer to her face. Like, so I noticed Max Cleveland, redheaded guy, the type. How is he involved in this?
He works for the same gentleman that I work for.
Is it just your two groups, or is there anyone else involved from native to the city?
You don't know that there's like everyone has their fingers in everything. You don't know that about your type. I don't know. You see, there's a moment she looks at Little. You see Little's just kind of looking at her like it's weird. You see this guy covered in tattoos who was just trying to be like tough as fuck looking at her now, like with a sense of like love, which is weird. And she looks at him and she just shakes her head and she's like, "This city of yours is a mess. I've known about you. I've known about him." And she motions to Will. "I know about your friend. We know what you guys are. These two people, we don't fucking know why he wants them. He tells us it's something on a level that we can't comprehend. I don't know if any of us can comprehend it. He's old. He's majestic. He's great. He's beautiful, but he's easy to work with. He doesn't want nothing but to be left alone, like all of you are."
I see. And so I looked to Little at, basically gestured to her face, like, eyes, nose, or ears.
Little says that? You say that to Little?
Yeah. I say pick. Do I take her ears, her nose, or her eyes?
Why? And you see her go like, "Why are you talking like that? We're making progress here. What are you trying to do here? You think you're
Because
hurting?"
I'm
going to hold Little up a little bit so he gets a good view of her face, making sure he's upright and looking at her.
Because
not
it's
like
twofold.
right up in her face.
One, I want to make sure that I leave a message. Not just one for words, one of action. Because as I've learned from a missing friend, I suppose, sometimes words just don't leave much of an impact. Sometimes you need to act.
You see her eyes open up for a second. Your friend, who's missing? Which one are you talking about?
Chase.
Yes.
Bit of an asshole. That guy.
The one that they're trying to make it look like his people did, right? You're thinking we have something to do with that, don't you?
Then who does?
If
not you, then who?
Let me tell you this, and I want to come to an agreement before I say this. You leave us alone. If I tell you this,
she says you leave us alone, I break his hand. Like I'm gonna bend his wrist like in a weird, awkward way. As soon as she starts bargaining and shit, I'm taking that freedom away from her.
You just hear like, "Gah!" You just hear him like screaming. He's like screaming, okay, stop.
And I'm gonna say to her, I don't think you understand the position you're in. You don't get to bargain.
She starts crying. She's like, "Okay, I'm sorry, just don't hurt." And you see like her just whole like confidence is starting to shake. You know what I mean? Shatter. She's like, "Just stop. Okay, I'll tell you. Just please don't hurt him no more. Please, just stop." And then she looks at you. She's like, "It wasn't us. It wasn't us who stopped him. It was his own fucking people. He knew too much. They tried to frame us. Fucking, we just found that out. It was fucking." You see, you see him like grabbing his hand. And she's like, listen. They fucking made some of his people do it. They fucking did whatever you people do to them, and they fucking made one of his people fucking go do it so they could make it look like we did it. And when we found out, he killed the motherfucker who did it. But they're trying to pull us into this shit. We have no part at all in his disappearance at all. They're actually fucking, your people are actually trying to help Rita on them. Like they want to help Rita on them be successful. We don't have anything like that.
I feel like this is the perfect moment to use incubus passion on her.
Okay, what's that now?
So it's the
dementation
one thing that basically intensifies her emotions to the level of madness. So I'll be using a willpower point again, just so at least something happens. 2 successes, which means 1 hour.
So what are you trying to do? The canine may not. What are you trying to do? She may only amplify or dull emotions. Are you trying to amplify fear, or are you trying to amplify?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Fear, or the whole sort of feverish, her sort of the information she's screaming at us, this whole helplessness and everything.
She's like, okay. We think that one of his people, Jonathan's people, brainwashed or did something to one of our people to make us look like we did something. Okay, and we have our opinions of what the fuck's going on. We think that his family, his clan is trying to set Bogdan up because they want us to take the fall so they can empower the Giovanni, but then there's other people in the city who want to hurt the Giovanni. It's like it all rolls around them and these fucking 2 people, and I don't know why we're going after them. I just know he wants them and he doesn't want the Giovanni to have them. And all I know is there's people in the city who want the Giovanni to succeed, and there's people in the city who want the Giovanni to fall, and that's all I know. Please let me live. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Let him live. Kill me. Let him live. All right. Just please.
I'm going to put my hand on the shoulders of Kaetao and William. My hand's just kind of on their shoulders. Let's go aside and talk and watch him for just a moment.
Turn to Warren and is like, don't kill them.
And you guys step outside. We'll cut to Valentine. Valentine, you have this figure looking into your eyes with his gray eyes. He's like, little one, you will not be alone. Drink, and I will guide you, and I'll never leave you alone. And I'll show you how you can survive all this. Come, one little drink, and it'll make you stronger. And we'll talk. We'll talk all night.
Are you going to make me roll self-control or anything, or should I just tell you what I want to do?
Well, how about this? You tell me what you want to do, and we'll take it from there.
I'm going to use Mask of 1,000 Faces to turn back into the dead kid, and I'm going to start screaming "Mom" at the top of my lungs because I know she's just a few meters away.
You're trying to like will yourself, right, to change his perception of you. And there's a moment where like you see his eyes, you're staring in his eyes, and you see slowly the irises start to change, and you see that they become slitted, and you see like these gold flecks. You're just lost in his eyes as you see they seem to swim in the whites as they seem to collect themselves. And you see a voice like, stop, drink.
Oh, hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.